Things have just changed dramatically. The first of two junior Rotax finals will now get underway, and severe rain now starting to fall on the circuit. After intermediate classification, the grid lineup for final one for juniors is as follows. Pole position will be in the hands of Kai Gilets from Belgium. Tim Gerhards from the Netherlands will be alongside in the 205. Marcus Lucio and Eliska Babikova will round out the top four positions, representing Great Britain and the Czech Republic respectively. Farin Mega from Germany will start P5, and alongside will be Will McIntyre from Sodi Vitesse representing Great Britain. Had a nice little chat with him and team boss Mark Barrett yesterday. They explained to me that a front bumper actually caught the inside of the part of the bumper that ended up trailing, and he got in before the mechanical black flag went out. He starts ahead of Thomas Martins, Valentin Klus, Colin van Lammeren and Bruno Molders, who ran out the top 10. Max Knappen and Nikita Genzer, row 6. Mikkel Pedersen and Lucas Schoenmakers, row 7. Schoenmakers spoke to me earlier on, had a misfire, had to try and sort it out, but got a disqualification post-session. Giuseppe Ferenzi will start 15th, head of Germany's Kian Agasade, as they are nearly three abreast, trying to keep the carts under control. So we now go on to the formation lap. Nick Gerhards, Petra Babikova, Yanis Diak, Gilles Clouet, Austin Lee, Carol Schultz and Mackenzie Cresswell round out the 23 strong. And they are just, so I've just seen some mechanics waving towards the outside of turn 12, and the drivers are trying to just find grip. That's the biggest thing that we're going to have here now, that the grip levels have completely been turned upside down like a sand timer. And to say it's raining cats and dogs is pretty much an understatement for what the junior Rotax drivers, all 23 of them, will now have to go through. But it will be down to Belgium's Kai Gilets and Tim Gerhards from the Netherlands to start to just get things a bit calmer before they go racing. And they are starting to do so very, very early. It's good awareness by the two at the front of the field. And that is through turn 8. And this will give an opportunity to the 21 drivers behind to catch up. And the drivers will just have to keep themselves calm for a moment, because this time it is all change. The storybook, well, the playbook, if it was an NFL game, would be ripped up and thrown away to the side, because anything can happen. And we know in motorsport, it really, really does. Drivers now being told to slow as they exit the left at turn 11. They are told to really, really just get slow and get themselves ready. So, Gilets, Tim Gerhards, Marcus Lucio. Now, who's just jumped in the pits? That's Lucio. Lucio's gone in the pits. Off of what would be P3. So now, Gilets and Gerhards will control the pace. As the 2:15, that's Giuseppe Ferenzi from Italy. And now the lights have gone out, and there's been a major problem. And that was, I think that might have been Thomas Martins. Gilets has the lead, as Will McIntyre looks to be up into third position. Bruno Molders has shot his way up the field, and around the outside goes Colin van Lammeren round the... oh no! Was there a little bit of a touch there? Bruno Molders spins out coming out of turn 4. The 277 on the CRG chassis drops like a proverbial pebble in the pond. And now, again, another... This is really, really starting to really change things even more as the drivers are tippy-toeing, and we've had someone go backwards off of turn 7. The grip is at an absolute premium out there. And if you get the throttle down wrong, Gilets has lost the lead. Will McIntyre trying to go up the inside. It's nearly 3 abreast. Tim Gerhards gets the lead. Will McIntyre chasing him down into turn 10. The back end of the carts, as you can see, are really struggling to get that grip, that traction. But Gilets takes the tighter line. Will McIntyre jumps up in front of Tim Gerhards. But then Kai Gilets just powers past into turn 12. This is what you're going to come to expect over the next few hours, because Will McIntyre goes through a big puddle on the inside of the exit of turn 12. Gilets goes towards the inside. It is Dodgem carts at the front. Tim Gerhardt gets up into second, has to put on the anchors to stop hitting Kai Helitz at the back bumper, as Will McIntyre from Sony Vitesse now hits the front through turn 3. This is ever so tetchy. As now Gerhardt gets in front of Helitz, goes towards the racing line, the traditional racing line. As then Gerhardt and Helitz go wide towards the outside of the corner to get the run of momentum coming through. And Helitz gets a real good turn of speed coming out of turn 6, as does Tim Gerhardt. And Helitz going towards the outside to try and effect the switch back through turn 8, but can't get through. A little bit further down the order, I do spot possibly that Lucas Schoenmakers might have... I'm just seeing, well, Lucas Schoenmakers down in what was 23rd position. As Marcus Luzio dropped down, well, he jumped into the pits. Giuseppe Forenzi also ended up there too. As there are a couple of carts trying to make their way through. And, Nick Gerhardt. Well, Tim Gerhardt is up into, is down a little bit further than it would be. But then I'm just looking at the cart up in the front. I'll just keep an eye on the timing screen. So Will McIntyre leads. Tim Gerhardt in second. Kai Helitz. Nick Gerhardt's now up into 4th position, and he started 17th. Max Knappen, Colin van Lammeren, Kian Agassade, Nikita Genzer, Karl Schultz. Bruno Mulders recovers now and is in 10th place. As I can see Fahin Mega battling away with the number 241 of Marcus Luzio, it looks like. So the driver's really being tested. This is not easy. You tell a driver about do they like the wet? Well, it's a challenge, and some will love it, as it is nearly a synchronized 3 wide into turn 7. And one of them looks to be Kian Agassade from Germany. And Agassade started down in 16th position. As the 226 of Nikita Genzer now manages to... gets a tap from behind. And that was the 263 of Colin van Lammeren. Now the drivers are going to really have to watch it, because if they get a nose cone penalty, it's an automatic 5-second time penalty added to their race time. Luzio ahead of Fahin Mega. Lead now between Will McIntyre and Tim Gerhardt now extends to 2.295 seconds. Helitz is only just over half a second adrift of the Dutch driver. Tim's twin brother Nick Gerhardt's up into P4. Max Knappen rounds out the top 5. Agassade and Genzer, both from the Bühler kart racing team, both on Sodi kart chassis, are running 5th and 6th respectively. Van Lammeren, Mulders, Karel Schultz now up into P10, having started 22nd. And we have had our first confirmed retirement. Unfortunately, it's Lucas Schoenmakers in the 202 from JJ Racing. As again, the driver's still going toe-to-toe, toing and froing. As I think I just saw Yanni, I think I might have seen Marcus Luzio. Oh, now that was a bit of a moment there. There's one driver trying to really come out of turn 10. And Kai Helitz, that driver, was going very, very wide through the corner to get the power out to come through turn 11 and head up to turn 12. Now, I did say yesterday that Will McIntyre would come back fighting, and the wet weather conditions have provided the Briton with a little bit of an equaliser here, because Helitz was the driver that put it on pole position for this first final after intermediate classification. Drivers still shrug. Can't get my words out right. Must be the rainfall. Gilles Clouet now gets past Karel Schultz for 10th position. As Fahin Mega now trying to battle away and makes up a position going into turn 4. So drivers still really not finding the optimum racing line. Blue flags out for the first time this weekend, heading down into turn number 10. So drivers will have to be on their best behaviour. And the driver that has just been lapped by William McIntyre is the 296, and that is Eliska Babikova. Down in 16th position. So Will McIntyre is absolutely flying His best lap time so far, a 1 minute 15.070, and he just goes sub 115, a 1 minute 14.534. Kai Helitz now gets past Tim Gerhards for second position. And now it is the brothers Gerhards that are third and fourth. And at the moment, just trying to make out who it is in front. Looks to be Tim at the moment. Top 10 rounded out by Max Knappen, Kian Agasade, Nikita Genzer, Colin Van Lummeren, Bruno Mulders and Gilles Chloé. Carl Schultz and Mackenzie Cresswell now round out the top 12. So the DSM Sport driver on the Kart Republic chassis in the 216 now also making significant progress through the field. Cresswell didn't have the best run all the way through the qualifying heat stages yesterday, but the wet weather has provided an opportunity. So Max Knappen trying to close on the two Gerhards, and that will be Nick that Knappen is trying to close in on, but also just behind is Kian Agasade. And the German closing on the back bumper of the Dutch driver as they come through turn 12. 3 minutes 20 plus an additional lap still to go in this first of two Junior Rotax finals. Both in duration are 11 minutes plus an additional lap. As now Max Knappen senses, and I think I might have seen that a couple of one driver is probably dropping down the order. Maybe make that a couple. Mikkel Pedersen is dropping down to 18th place. Mackenzie Cresswell is one position away from the top 10 as down the back straightaway goes a few of the drivers, one of which will be the 206. Hang on a second. Nick Gerhards is now ahead of brother Tim. So Tim Gerhards, who started on the front row with Kai Helitz, now is actually behind his brother. As Max Knappen gets overtaken up the inside through turn 9 by Kian Agasade, who nearly loses the position on the very next corner through turn 10, but manages to put the power down at the right time. 9 minutes down, 2 to go, plus a lap. And now Tim Gerhards, well, we've just had we've had a penalty issued, and this is for pushing, and that is for Janis Stierk, as Max Knappen goes up the inside, nearly launches the kart off of 2 wheels off the curbs through turn 3, and manages to get past Agasade, who now retaliates and gets back past. Oh, and Knappen tries to get the cut back, but then is going to quickly lose out if he's very not much careful to Nikita Genzer. As now the back markers letting the faster karts go through. And one of the karts is, I think that's Mikkel Pedersen, that's letting the drivers past. And Pedersen now in 20th position. So Janis Stierk coming round turn 12 in 21st place. As again, Knappen and Agasade battling away over the last position in the top 5. As I've just seen, Will McIntyre come through turn 3. Kai Helitz now making his way through into turn 3. Then it is Nick Gerhards, Tim Gerhards and Kian Agasade, Max Knappen, Nikita Genzer. As now Agasade goes up the inside and takes the position away. That's 4th place. Oh, and oh my goodness, that was threading the eye of the needle there, as Agasade got the run on the inside going through turn 2 on Tim Gerhards, and again threads the eye of the needle between him and Max Knappen through turn 3. Gerhards retakes the place. 13 seconds on the clock remaining as Will McIntyre now makes his way down to turn 10 for what will be the penultimate time, as the timer now hits 0 on the clock. So Will McIntyre from Sodi Vitesse, the UK Sodi Works Back team, will come round the final corner, gets the final lap board. As again, Gerhards, Agasade and Knappen. Oh my goodness! Agasade went through the middle of them, off of turn 10. I don't know how you measured that gap, Agasade, but well done. That was brave, but that was pretty much precise. Gap now between first and second, that's Will McIntyre and Kai Gielert, is just under 8.1 seconds. It's now again Gerhards, Agasade and Knappen. Knappen now past the German. But Nikita Genza has been passed by Bruno Mulders, of all people. The one that went spinning off of turn 4 on the very first lap. And now Bruno Mulders seems to have found a little bit of resolve and gusto and gumption to get back up the order. But the leader comes through turn 10 for the final time. Again, still Agasade, Bruno Mulders, Nikita Genza, Max Knappen battling away. But through to the final corner comes Great Britain's William McIntyre from Sodi Vitesse. And he will take the checkered flag by a considerable margin. The wet weather equalising things here at Karting Genk. Kai Gielert tentatively comes out of the final corner. Will take second position quite nicely here. Nick Gerhards takes third place. And now Tim Gerhards will cross the line in fourth place ahead of Kian Agasade, as Bruno Mulders will cross the line in sixth position. Nikita Genza pips Max Knappen by just 75 thousandths of a second to take P7. Colin van Lammeren takes ninth. Giuseppe Ferenzi classified in 13th. Martins 18th. Lucio 19th. Janis Diak rounds out the top 20. Looks like Mikkel Pedersen ended his race on lap number 4. Lucas Schoenmakers looks to have gotten back out on the circuit. Mackenzie Cresswell started 23rd, finished in 12th place. As we wait for Farin Mega, Lucas Schoenmakers classified 21st. Farin Mega will be effectively P15 ahead of Eliska and Petra Babikova. But Will McIntyre gets the equaliser, who's so well needed, to take the win by 9.631 seconds ahead of Belgium's Kai Gielert. 4 different nationalities in the top 5 as we go into final number 2. And again, the playbook might change.